What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we got some huge 2026 news for the upcoming Ninjago book, Strike of the Serpentine. So let's talk about this. Now today we got some new images or previews for the upcoming Ninjago comic titled Strike of the Serpentine. Now this comic is canon to the show, where this takes place during the Serpentine Wars. Now we're gonna take a look at all of the brand new image, starting off with this one. As you can see, some villagers from Jawanakai village are running away from the Hypno Bride and the Venomari tribe. Alongside with that, we got this mysterious person who says, just as Master Chen planned, who changed his appearance to be Klaus the entire time using his dark magic. The next preview we got is we have one of the generals of the Venomari. We got some members from the Fangpire and the Hypno Bride. We got some buildings on fire in Jamaikai Village. We got some Venomari and Fangpire. And the next image shows the Elemental Masters, which has Ray, the previous Elemental Master of Fire, and Maya, the previous elemental master of water, both being Kai and Nia's parents. We also have Dusk, who is the previous elemental master of shadow, and Levi, the previous elemental master of gravity, which their names have been revealed thanks to this comic. Now, they are, of course, here to battle the Serpentine during Dramakai Village, which does fit in the timeline during the Serpentine War, which we did saw flashbacks back in season 4. The next panel shows a cross view of the overall battle in Jamanakai Village, where we see the return of Pythor and this new character named Strike, which his name is based on the comic. Now, Strike here doesn't want to, hurt any humans because he is a good Serpentine or Anaconda. And alongside with Pythor, we also have the return of Arcturus, which we haven't saw him since season 4, who is the general of the Anaconda. Now, as you can see, General Arcturus has all of his Anacondas ready to go down to Jamanakai Village like they did in the flashback of season 4. Up here, we of course see some Hypno Bride and Venomari, Dusk fighting them off, Levi also fighting it off, Ray and Maya also fighting them off. But we of course have this cool looking shot of Arcturus telling all of the Anaconda warriors to attack them, which does happen in the flashback in season 4. We have Ray and Maya fighting off the Anaconda, same with Dusk, and they realize that they need to work together, where all of a sudden Levi is having a fight between this giant Anaconda, which turns out to be Klaus's pet snake. Moving forward to the next image, it turns out that Levi was indeed swallowed by the giant Anaconda, where the Elemental Masters need to help. Then we have this panel right here, which shows the 3 Elemental Masters, that being Hibernus, the previous Elemental Master of Ice, Jay's actual mother, the previous Elemental Master of Lightning, and Cole's grandfather, the previous Elemental Master of Earth. What's crazy and strange is Hibernus is referring to these 2 characters as Benton and Leo. Kind of crazy, don't know if that is true. I mean, Tommy and Jason did said that Jay's mother's real name is Liver. Don't know if the comics just retcon her name, but okay. Either way, they do end up rescuing Levi from the giant Anaconda. And they're like, oh, I thought you died, and they thought that you were disintegrated from the acid of the Anaconda. Later on, Young Woo tells that the villagers are safe, something like that. Where Cole's grandfather's like, no, something like that, along those lines, which perfectly lines up to his character during season 4, where he betrays the Elemental Alliance, which makes sense. The next image shows both Garmadon and Will talking about the whole Serpentine War, and then how Garmadon is set to find a way to defeat the Anachondrite and overall the entire Serpentine War by going to the realm of the wildness, which does connect to Shatterspin, which is the Shatterspin comics. Highly recommend checking those out because those are pretty important to the Ninjago timeline during the Serpentine Wars. Moving forward, we have Will somewhere in his training guards, where Garmadon returns, I guess, from the realm of the wildness, where they have a nice bond and also talking about Masako and stuff like that. Kind of great. We have this shot of Garmadon and Wu talking. We of course see a whole bunch of Serpentine, including General Arcturus, where we of course see some Hypnobride, some Venomari, Constructi, Anachondri, and Vampire. And finally, the last image that we have Wu talking about where this power comes from. More shots of the Serpentine where we see Shrike not joining the rest of the Serpentine because he has his own purpose, and that is to be good. And more Wu and Garmadon stuff. But yeah, those are the new previews that we got for Strike of the Serpentine. This comic will be releasing in March of 2026. So mark your calendars to get this comic because this comic is very relevant to the whole Serpentine War. So yeah. But what do you guys think about all of this? Leave all your thoughts down in the comments down below. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on notifications whenever I post a brand new video. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!